What are we talking about?
Forget cable, switch to Frontier. The Fios Triple Play brings dedicated 100% fiber optics to your home. Fios TV, 15x5 internet and digital phone for $119.99 per month with 2-year price protection plan on qualifying service. FrontierPacificNW.com.
Welcome back.
See you tomorrow.
I got you to laugh. I got Brady to laugh. I know what we're talking about. We're talking about misinformation. We're talking about misdirection. We're talking about one of your favorite things, the NFL draft. And one of the things about it, that if you're going to fall into it and love it like Bob does, you have to love the intrigue. You have to love basically the bull bleep.
Yes.
And we've got a little insight into that, I thought today. The reasons why that stuff comes out is not always just to convince people that that's not the guy you're going to take.
It's the world's biggest poker game. I love every team is showing they got their poker face going. Nobody wants to give up their hand. They're manipulating the media. They've got connections within the media. We spoke with Russ Lande today and Clark Judge, and they talked about in different scenarios where a team has told them, hey, if this guy's there, that's who we're taking. And they said,
just to get it out there.
Just hoping that person would then say, hey, word is that these guys are going with this guy. And he saw through it. I know you wouldn't tell me that. They know that. But other guys are floating names. We'll tell you who we're interested in, but you can go position. Don't use the exact name. Or
what I thought was really fascinating about it is he suggested what some teams will do, and the Seahawks did not do this with James Carpenter last year. They could have, I suppose, is sometimes if a team likes a guy, and I believe the example he used was Tyson Jackson of the Kansas City Chiefs, who wound up being a top 5 pick a couple of years ago, and wasn't supposed to be one. But wasn't even thought of as one. And
some were saying, like a 3rd-round pick.
Yeah, it did wind up stinking. And he said, in the case of the Chiefs there, they got the word out that this guy is one of the great prospects. He's a guy who's zooming up the charts, so to speak. So when they took him, it wouldn't seem like such a reach.
Right.
I'm willing to buy that too. That I could see teams wanting to at least look good for that day or two.
I buy it all. It's all possible. It's all misdirection. It's all smokescreen. It's deception. It's the ultimate in deception, and I love it. Outside of the Colts coming out and saying Andrew Luck's going to be our guy, and of course the Redskins, they haven't officially said it,
but he's going number 2.
Right. So they're your first 2 picks. After that, anything goes. Anything goes, especially this year, as we talked about, with the salary implications being much less severe than they've been in the past with the new deal. Teams might be more willing, and I think they will be more willing to trade up and take a risk, take a chance on a guy, that maybe in years past there's no way they'd do it, because if they miss, they're on the hook for X amount of guaranteed dollars. That's not the same issue anymore. So I think it sets up to be even more exciting this year. Now, whether it turns out that way or not, who knows? But I just love it, because after the first 2, you have no idea what's going to happen. None.
Do you play poker?
No.
You should, actually.
I don't like to lose.
I understand. Well, no one does. No one wants to lose in the draft either.
I'm a really sore loser.
But and like I said, no one wants to lose in the draft either. But, because sometimes bluffing is playing with a good hand. Sometimes you want to convince people you're bluffing when you're not. It's interesting looking at the Seahawks. Carpenter, from out of the blue last year,
no bluff there, huh?
2 years ago, could there have been a more predictable first-round pick for him than Russell Okung? They absolutely, positively took him.
And we had heard about Earl Thomas as well.
He was another absolute no-brainer.
No shock. So this year, I think they set you up for a shock, don't they, at 12?
Yeah.
You don't know if they're moving back. You don't know if they move up. You don't know if Tannehill is sitting there, as some have said, anonymous GMs and others said, if Tannehill happens to be sitting there at 12, there's no way the Seahawks don't pick him. They're going to pick, so you're hearing all kinds of things, whether it's Chandler Jones, whether it's Floyd out of Notre Dame. It seems like there are 10 different possibilities for this team at 12, which makes it, for me, even more exciting.
When does it start again?
Thursday.
Thank God.